Hello guys and welcome to Techmo. Today in this video, we will look at the top 10 technological advancements. Make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video to know how these advancements can contribute to mankind. Number 10. Human augmentation. Human augmentation is the ability to do physical or mental tasks with the assistance of equipment that are practically integrated into our bodies. Wearable gadgets, such as smartwatches and smartphones, are already helping us to improve our natural abilities. Human augmentation will be innovated on three fronts: replicating, supplementing, and exceeding. Biomedical solutions such as bioprinting, aging technology, prosthetics, and wearable gadgets such as exoskeletons, smart glasses, translation devices, and brain computer interfaces are only a few of the industry's application cases for human augmentation. Number 9. 5G. 5G is the fifth generation technology standard for broadband cellular networks, which cellular phone operators began building globally in 2019, and it is the expected replacement to the 4G networks that connect most existing cell phones. Whereas 3G and 4G technologies allowed us to access the internet, use data-driven services, improve bandwidth for streaming on Spotify or YouTube, and much more, 5G services are predicted to completely transform our lives by enabling services based on sophisticated technologies such as augmented reality and virtual reality, as well as cloud-based gaming services like Google Stadia, NVIDIA GeForce Now, and others. It is projected to be utilized in factories, high-definition cameras that aid in traffic management and safety, smart grid control, and smart retail. Almost every telecommunications corporation and other tech giants are now working on 5G applications. Number 8. 3D printing. 3D printing is the production of a three-dimensional object from a CAD model or a digital 3D model. Basically, it is a range of procedures in which material is deposited, connected, or solidified under computer control to make a three-dimensional object, with material being brought together layer by layer, such as plastics, liquids, or powder grains. 3D printing has been utilized in the various sectors such as food industry, fashion industry, transportation industry, weapons industry, health sector, and education sector. Recently, it has been utilized to generate a variety of medical goods, prostheses, parts, and repairs. During the COVID-19 pandemic, 3D printers were utilized to supplement the strained supply of PPE by volunteers printing various items of personal protective equipment on their own printers. Number 7. Internet of Things. The Internet of Things refers to physical objects that are equipped with sensors, processing power, software, and other technologies that may communicate with other devices and systems over the Internet or other communication networks. The Internet of Things has already enabled devices, home appliances, cars, and much more to connect to the Internet and exchange data. Basically, without actually doing any of our work, we can get it done with the help of IoT. We're already using and benefiting from IoT as consumers. Businesses, on the other hand, have a lot to gain right now and in the near future. As data is collected and processed, the IoT can help organizations improve their safety, efficiency, and decision-making. It has the potential to enable predictive maintenance, improve medical treatment, and provide benefits we haven't even considered. Number 6. Edge computing. Edge computing is a distributed computing paradigm in which computation and data storage are brought closer to the data sources. This should increase response times while also conserving bandwidth. As the volume of data organizations deal with is increasing, they have recognized the limitations of cloud computing, and edge computing is intended to address these issues by avoiding the latency imposed by cloud computing and delivering data to a data center for processing. It can reside as if it were closer to the point where computing is required. As a result, edge computing can be utilized to process time-sensitive data in remote places where access to a centralized location is limited or non-existent. Edge computing can operate as a tiny data center in these instances, and edge computing will become more prevalent as the number of IoT devices grows. Before we move on to the next advancement on our list, we would appreciate it if you gave the video a thumbs up if you are enjoying it. Please also consider sharing and subscribing to the channel. That would be fantastic. Number 5. Blockchain. Blockchain is a method of storing data in such a way that is difficult or impossible to alter, hack, or cheat it. It is a digital log of transactions that is duplicated and distributed across the blockchain's complete network of computer systems. Basically, blockchain is data that you can only add to, not subtract from or change. The fact that prior blocks cannot be changed is what makes it so secure. Furthermore, because blockchains are consensus-based, no single party can control the data. You don't need a trustworthy third party to oversee or validate transactions with blockchain. Blockchain technology can be used in a variety of ways. The most common application of blockchains is as a distributed ledger for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Blockchain technology is also being used in smart contracts, financial services, games, supply chain, domain names, and others. Number 4. Quantum computing. Quantum computing is a sort of computation that uses the collective features of quantum states to accomplish calculations, such as superposition, interference, and entanglement. Because of its ability to readily query, monitor, analyze, and act on data from any source, this fantastic technology trend is also involved in avoiding the spread of the coronavirus and developing viable vaccines. Banking and finance is another industry where quantum computing is being used to control credit risk, high-frequency trading, and fraud detection. Quantum computers are currently many times faster than ordinary computers, and major companies such as Splunk, Honeywell, Microsoft, AWS, Google, and others are working on quantum computing advances. Number 3. Robotic process automation. Robotic process automation is a type of business process automation technology that uses software robots or artificial intelligence to automate business processes. A software developer creates a list of steps to automate a task and interfaces to the backend system using internal application programming interfaces or a dedicated scripting language in classic workflow automation systems. RPA systems, on the other hand, create an action list by watching a user execute a task in the application's graphical user interface, and then automate those actions by repeating them directly in the GUI. This can lessen the barrier to using automation in goods that don't have APIs for this purpose otherwise. RPA is the use of software to automate business operations such as application interpretation, transaction processing, data management, and even email response. Basically, it automates tasks that formerly required human intervention. Number 2. Augmented reality and virtual reality. Augmented reality is an interactive experience of a real-world environment in which computer-generated perceptual information is used to augment the items in the real world, sometimes spanning many sensory modalities such as visual, audible, haptic, and somatosensory. And virtual reality is a simulated experience that can be both similar and completely different to the real world. To put it another way, augmented reality modifies one's continuing view of a real-world environment, whereas virtual reality totally replaces the user's real-world environment with a virtual one. We may expect these kinds of technologies to become much more embedded into our lives as it progresses. AR and VR have enormous potential in training, entertainment, education, marketing, and even injury rehabilitation. Both may be used to teach surgeons how to perform surgery, provide museum visitors a more immersive experience, improve theme parks, or even improve marketing. Number 1. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is intelligence demonstrated by robots rather than natural intelligence presented by humans. It is basically a branch of computer science concerned with creating intelligent machines that can accomplish activities that would normally need human intelligence. Many problems and arguments have arisen as a result of AI's broad purpose, so much that there is no universally acknowledged definition of the field. The goals of AI are reasoning, knowledge representation, planning, learning, natural language processing, sensing, and the ability to move and manipulate objects. AI has caused a lot of noise over the last decade, but it remains one of the most significant technical advancements due to its significant impact on how we live, work, and play. AI is already well known for its supremacy in image and speak recognition, navigation apps, smartphone personal assistants such as Siri, Alexa, and others, ride-sharing apps, self-driving cars, and many other areas. And what matters is how AI will affect the future. That's all for today. Thank you for watching the video. If you have enjoyed, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Let us know your thoughts about these technological advancements in the comments section. Until next time.